you're an artist. That's one. You also have a 9 to 5. That's another one. How's that like? Cause some artists out here they just be like, man, I can't go to work. I can't do a job. I'm an artist. How do you feel like you combining that affect one another or just the feed of each other? You know.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's very different, of course. But for me, it's it's also it's a character. It's an opportunity to develop,
Another character. Your character, right?
Yeah, because I need to. Currently, as it is, I need to earn. I need to make money.
Yo, my people, welcome to Feed Your Focus podcast, #1 podcast in the country. You already know. Uyu munsi, I got a guest. I got one of the hottest MCs. You already know abatamuzi. Uyu munsi, you guys gonna get to know him. Ariko nje nsanzwe muzi bamwita Sema, so go bite umunsi umeze neza. Sema Sole.
Bro.
Gotta know how to pronounce it. Sema Sole.
Yeah.
Ni Gifaransa ariko
Kumba kubera akantu kaka
Sole.
accent.
Ni Gifaransa is French.
Nah. It's a random thing, man. It's not
Sema Sole.
Sema Sole, yeah. Sema nyine nukuvuga.
Sema.
Sole is just random. My friend came up with it. It's random. Like,
Not meaning it too.
It just sounds good together.
Bro, no necessarily. How did you come up with that?
So
Nine. Okay, Sema,
Sema I speak. So nandi kuganira n'umuhungu dukorana cyane yitwa Manzi Flair. He's also part of Mellow Couch, which is the creative, like call it a creative group that I'm part of. And quite morning we were like kind of like I'd taken a break from making music. And I first I had to kind of, I was going by a different name, DK47 before that.
What?
DK47.
DK47.
Those are my initials. One unit called Dennis Karenzi.
And then DK47.
Yeah, DK47 from AK47.
So, iyo niyo ryari izina rya mbere
ukitangira ariko ntabwo byari as serious as ukuntu bimeze ubu ngubu. So nyine naje gusa nkaho mbivuyemo for like years, and then ngarutse noneho like around COVID ndimo gushaka nyine like I wanted to rebrand kuko nanjye no kuririmba mu Kinyarwanda. So I wanted to find something new, like a new identity to go with the new music. And I was literally brainstorming. Yeah, and I was like, you need to come up with a name. I came up with Sema, and I was like, this is complete. Particular. And he's one of the people that really inspired me. And, so he was like, no, it's not enough. No, don't move. And he came up with the Sole. And I was like, but what does that mean? Forget it, it just sounds good. And then I was like, let me think about it.
Yeah.
It resolve, and I was like, yeah, this is actually catchy.
Sole. Karajani. Itabumva biri kuraiminga neza tu mu bundi buryo nene.
Yeah, and birangira nyine bibaye gutyo. I feel like it's perfect.
Yeah. Since then it was born like that, and
yeah,
and we're here. Bro, I'm glad, man. Honestly, how did you get into music, especially rap? Like, what inspired you to get into that?
So natangiye ngora poetry. I didn't actually think I was gonna be a rapper. Actually, like I thought I was gonna be a writer. I recall I've also always been a very big hip hop fan. I think I got into hip hop journey like in high school, like in the middle of high school, and because of like some of my friends were like very, very heavy into Jay-Z, Kanye.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, quite often you just start listening to hip hop.
Yeah.
Whenever like a big artist takes out an album, you're looking forward to it, you listen to it. And somehow you're more kumva. No good to have plans cyangwa se utazi ko uzakora umuziki ibintu biba birimo
pouring in.
No, you're actually like storing, like how burimo mu kwiga ariko mu buryo butari like very intentional. Yeah, so I was kind of studying the art of rapping and rhyming. Just of being a fan, of the genre. I don't know. I think like so nandika poetry, nandika my poems. I never got to share them with anyone. I don't even think a lot of people knew. Ariko njye naje no mukumva hip hop cyane. Like I was drawn towards a hip hop that was like lyrical and where there was a story being told. Yeah. And that became like I think those are my origins. So gutangira rero kurapa remember that poetry like Manzi Flair who was just telling you about, I think it was the first person twaganiriye byatari discussing, talked about music. He was also like a very big, put me on
kubyumva niho ni mujama is a big influence on your career.
Actually man, I didn't this guy yari afite laptop and they have a guy who's since wibuka bora zitwa
Thatpiff.com.
Yeah,
all the crazy mixtapes
and like albums, all the pirated, like those pirate sites. There was no like streaming.
Streaming is
I think we're going back to Gurani
you have to be
subscription. Like iTunes,
iTunes, yeah, you're right.
Or like get like I guess a physical copy. So my pirate site.
So like you should thatpiff.com. Thatpiff like
so he
crazy hip hop shit.
So I have it and I download them. I file my album. Movie like from 1995 maybe 94. Like Ready to Die. All the albums, all the classics. Yeah. It means on a flash resume is because I didn't get listen to this. He just had that influence on me, just of being a friend, and he started rapping before I got into it.
Does he still rap or
yeah, Manzi Flair.
Okay, yeah, I'm having number two.
Yeah, he's talented.
So he was like telling you this and this, and then what way?
Yeah, so we were just like hip hop fans from the jump. No, to was a kujana mungando. He lives in Canada. Actually, in his diaspora. And like that's when he was like now rhyming. This is back in 2014. And he would rap. This guy can actually rap. He was already writing rhymes. I was like, exactly. This is because we listen to a lot of hip hop. Is this actually you? Yeah. Anyways, like so long story short, eventually his influence led me to like also start writing. Shout out to friends who
shout out to friends that pushes you hata kumuja mukubwira man reka tujye kunywa kamwe reka tujye kugira gute, but friends that can put you onto something, because when the way yarabonaga ko if you write poetry, you write rhymes, you telling story with your poem, poems and stuff like that. No arakubwira man, actually what you do is actually what these people do on an instrument.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't give that like eventually he was like, okay man, like because I want to get into poetry more, and he was like, this is cool, but no one is gonna read your poetry books.
Ugomba gushyiramo instruments n'iki kugira ngo
so biza kurangira nyine ngiye studio bwa mbere gukorana n'umuntu bita Danny Beats.
Shout out to Danny Beats. Real
my first song, and at the time I was going by DK47. I recorded my first song with Koga Flowers, with this friend of mine. Her name is Amanda. She did the hook. I wrote the hook. And
Amanda, I think I know Amanda.
Amanda Akariza.
Akariza, I know her.
So she used to sing with her.
I know her.
With her sister on like Instagram. They used to do these covers and really
dope,
beautiful voices. Yeah, so that was like my first song. Oh no, I think this is 2015.
DK47. Yeah, but iri kuri YouTube se cyangwa never made it to
YouTube. Naje kuzikuraho.
Kwa kuvuga ati rebrand me.
So yeah.
Umuntu wayidownloadinze man azayilinking man.
Sinzi niba nandi kwa kundi vuguti this is too cringe. It wasn't a bad song ariko I was like
it's not like what you actually wanted to be like present or you know.
Ni kwa kundi you're imitating your favorite rappers. Not really. You're not doing it. You're stretching.
Yeah.
To be honest, I feel like I know a lot of artists bakora music for a while before they actually take out their music.
Yeah.
Bakaanza developing.
Go in the gym. It's called go in the gym. You work, create the voice you want, and create the line you want, Sometimes, how did you nabishira hanze and just people criticize you and you go back in the gym, you rewrite the script of okay, now I'm gonna come out like this guy.
Yeah, I mean like it's part of the process, Kujira like where you have to try different things.
N'umwana banza amezi 9 mu nda it's not like bomb magic you on it. Right. So Danny Beats recording.
So he recorded my first song. This is 2015.
I'm sure you will touch your home, bro.
No, the recording process was very stressful because Danny Beats at that time he had experience in recording and making beats for a while, and I was just my first session.
Rookie,
So everyone had music. Not in like
not
in my head I was like, man, isn't that serious? So he was, he's a professional person. You've actually paid him. I paid for that session. Serious.
Shout out to Danny Beats, man. Some of the producers, you can go to them while we share and just boom, give you like.
And
But if you were pushing you, they would just want to make sure you know that it's not like a walk in the park. This is like we're rhyming about. For this to come out as a nice, you have to put in this work. You have to say on this pitch and all that. I know Danny Beat is one of those guys.
He's really good. Yeah, he's still doing his thing.
Shout out to Danny Beat, man. Second there, give a shout out.
Yeah. So I think Twakolani, that song and maybe one more, and then like between 2015 and 20. recording. I'm really 2017.
DK47,
they're actually DK47. Really 2017. I think I was now recording at this place. I think that's the next time. Nonje kujenda nyine kwa itaga Motherland. Za Kagugu. On bitwa Mike Kayihura. Working around that place, never recording Jiraka. It was like a friend of ours had gone to school together. He had like a tattoo shop and like a studio right there. He had a tattoo shop, an art gallery, and a studio. So I think I went there. I was going to go get a tattoo. I was not even And then I found the studio. I was like, oh man, it was like Mike and between 2015 and 20, I was just living life.
Nyine ntago music was warayikundaga ariko ntago wumvaga nyine ibintu by'ubuhanzi ushaka kubikomezamo. You were just like, it's okay, you know. Then that time you get there.
Yeah, so I get there and I met this guy called Delwa.
Yeah.
That's actually where I also met Reddy. Who we eventually became close collaborators.
Yeah, you say Red Ink?
Reddy. Shuti Red.
Shuti Red, yeah, okay. Reddy, yeah.
So around this time I recorded an EP with this producer called Elwa, who had produced it. I think you probably know Elwa El.
Yeah, I know.
Big
Yeah.
EDM artist. It was such a great time as well because JC, who was like the owner of the space, and you do have the freedom and space to create. I never paid for studio. I think I paid voluntarily because I said, like I need to at least pay something out of courtesy, not because he was like, yo,
pay.
So he wanted to. I think there was Angel pulled up a few times. Mike was always there. Who else came? Like a lot of artists. Chess, if you know Chess.
Did that make you feel like, abana bazana abahanzi benshi?
Yes.
I mean, like this is like professional. I need to be more serious about it.
But at the time, I was just really passionate about it. I was just trying to create, just out of fun. I was not really thinking about
professional. Like, man, I just want to make something good that I can present to people that I can listen to and be like, yo.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to create fun. Like music for me is like it's I treat it as one of my ways of expressing myself fundamentally, and like I also surprise myself sometimes. So for me, it's that's the fun part. Like the other stuff that's around it, the business side, that's very important, and that's something I'm actually trying to tap into. Professionalize my craft. I recall fundamentally for me it's about discovering, so that is like motivating, because I get to listen to my stuff and I'm like, wow, like you create something and you're like, I didn't know.
They put this and that together and send this message.
It's very spiritual as well,
100% it is spiritual. Fela Kuti niko yavuze cyane yabwira ati, man, you play with this music you're gonna die young, because music, Fela Kuti said that you play with music you're gonna die young. This is spiritual. There's the things that's coming out of you and you get to put it together and actually put it out there in the whole world to listen to that, so you can just
so this is 2017.
The first EP under DK47.
47.
Now what I suggest.
So when I came back as Sema Solid, I was like, okay, now I know what I want to do. I was true solid idea of the direction. And now fast forward, in between I was, just doing school, college, and, also,
what do you go to school for? What do you learn?
I did economics.
Economics. I did biology.
Really?
Yeah. What are you laughing about, man?
I would have not imagined it. Now the people are surprised because I haven't.
Economics is it's okay,
Biology is crazy.
Biology is it is crazy.
It's like.
Yeah, man. When I'm like, I'm good in science, so man.
So you actually love biology?
Bro, I'm good in science, chemistry, biology, physics, math.
What?
Yes.
Do you have a career around that?
No, I do not have a career like into that, you know.
Okay.
But I do kind of have a career that related to that, not like into deep.
Okay.
You know, because maybe when I did biology, I just had it goals, just dreams of being a doctor, you know, and all that. But I was good in that, and that also it gave me a free scholarship to college, you know. So because I was good in math and all that, they gave me a scholarship to go to school for that. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go there, get my degree, free money, I'll take it. And then I was good at it. But when I tell people biology, they look at me, Japanese biology.
Yeah, it's very,
like, yeah. But economics, yes, crazy, but also it's like
it's not.
It's you know,
it's not biology.
You're right.
Very.
Come on, man, don't remind me, man. But it's good though.
So I did economics, and I'm actually into finance as well. Like that, 9 to 5.
Bro, that's what I wanted to come to that. Like, also with just what we're talking about, the Feed Your Focus, because it's something that I be thinking about or talking about. Is like you're an artist. That's one. You also have a 9 to 5. That's another one. How's that like? Cause some artists out here, they just be like, man, I can't go to work. I can't do a job. I'm an artist. How do you feel like you combining that affect one another, or just feed off each other? You know.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's very different, of course. But for me, it's it's also it's a character. It's an opportunity to develop.
Another
character.
Your character, right?
Yeah, because I need to. Currently, as it is, I need to earn. I need to make money. Need to
That's
survive,
one. You know, you need to.
Yeah. But music is also just as important.
As important.
As what I need to do to earn a living. It's also like life too. It's very, very important. And sometimes maybe people might think I don't, it's like a side because I'm not doing it full time. But it's very important. So I need to do those things because currently my music is not. It's so much like when you have like different responsibilities in life. You're limited with the number of risks.
You're right.
So currently, it's the only choice I have is to find out balance in the two.
That's the most. But that's the question. My question was like
yes,
balance.
So how do I do it? It's a work in progress. You have to learn how to be organized. And for me, my creative process is very. I try to keep it as organic as possible. Like I said, there are phases where I'm just like listening to music. I give myself these challenges where I try to listen to something like a new album, like maybe at least one new album every week. Stuff from the 70s, 60s, like West African music, from like random different genres or things that usually I used to look at this list of like 100 greatest albums. And
just pick from there.
Start like, why is this like up there? So I have phases where I'm like now consuming or looking for inspiration, and then there are phases where like I'm in a creative period. Now I have my work from 9 to 5. I have a mic at home. I record myself, usually in my bedroom.
Bro, me too. That's genius. That's very dope. You practice.
Yeah, and usually I'll send it to Shruti and he'll mix. Or like I'll get a beat from maybe Fun Time. So I try not to. With music, it's not something where I'm like on a schedule. I need to have a deliverable. I'm not signed to any label. I need to be in the studio and have some, it's on my own timing. And for me, I take my time with what I'm creating. And and I try to also keep it very much what I feel, like how I feel about it. I'm the one who's gonna be the judge of if something is ready.
Is ready or not ready?
Yes. So far it's been tough because sometimes I just want to be making music, but I have a crazy deadline.
Let me I give you a shout out because like uko tubizi umuziki ntago urabanza ukawa investisamo mbere yuko kwinjiriza, sibyo? And ni gute rero ubona investment nimba utari muri label, nimba utagize gute, so kugira akazi ukora ukavuga ati njyewe ejo ntago nzabura aya moto cyangwa nzabura icyo kurya cyangwa umwenda ukabona nzajya no muri studio producer akambwira ati ni gutya na gutya nkamupeza kuko nikorera. Ibyo ni I give shout out to you because some people like yo barakwamye baravuga ati yo njye ntegereje amafunguro mu muziki. It might take 2 years, might take 5 years, but how do you gonna survive in those years, you know?
Yeah. And then the other thing I also like to say, and maybe that's the most important reason why I like to say this. It's the most important reason why I'm okay with having like a 9 to 5 and not depending on music completely. It's because I feel like if I was to be making music full time, I am worried that I might be pressured to, like if you're going to take out a product, you want to take out a product that why you have projected, you said there's demand for this. This is not something that is, and you can't experiment as much. You kind of get limited now. And I want to, for me, music, like I said, is very sacred.
Kwasanga nyine uri gukubita amapiano mu gitondo kuko ari yari kugurisha cyangwa afrobeats nyine kugira ngo nawe
I might start thinking about it because I need to.
You need to eat.
Yeah. So, it gives it having finances like at least stabilized. It allows
gives you your time.
It allows me the freedom.
The freedom to create the art that you really want to create.
And inshallah, hopefully, becomes something, and I can,
Bro, ariko niko byose bigenda. You become good at one thing, and it's so good, and you're good at it, and you keep improving. Then second step is that music is like, okay, I'm working, I'm figuring out a way. Nayo kugira ngo igire gute izamuke. Then after that, you're talking about business in music, that you're tapping in, you're gonna tap in, like, niko bigenda. We gotta have multiple income, man. Nago warirahinga kuri income, man. Tell the kids at home, man. One income is definitely can't get you nowhere.
You gotta have
a side hustle, you gotta have a main hustle. Goma no kugira n'akandi ka business kari hariya kakwinjiriza uryamye tu. Wajya kuryama ukabuza ngo ndabyuka ari igitano cyanjye cyaguyeho mo hariya tu ndakuvuga ngo ngomba showing up,
and you need more examples of people. I'm not saying I'm an example, but I think it's important. You need even like the little that a lot of the artists are coming up. I wonder how, like, those that are able, those that are able to make money and actually get access to money. Like, what do they have? That coaching.
Icyo ni ikindi nashaka ko tuganira ahubwo tunabivuganira no mu Kinyarwanda nyine aba nk'umuhanzi nyine wenda ukora amafaranga afite aba manager, afite aba assistant, afite abantu bamwigisha ku investisa ya mafaranga akoreye mu muziki.
Because yabitekereza navuga ni like what ikintu nyine kwinjiriza wagomba kuba some at least
growth strategy, the money.
And also, like, considering gutekereza ko ntabwo uzahora uri gucuruza, uri kuri level uzacuruza
bizamupeta ita aba hat wowe
twari za deal. So what happens now, Richard? At least muri opportunity ubonye, how can you at least set yourself up? Maybe people are doing this.
Maybe people
I worry that maybe
kids are not, people are not really.
And maybe you know you uzabuzengurutswe n'abantu bashaka gukubitaho.
Kandi nyine n'amafaranga y'abahanzi ni iki, ntabwo ari amafaranga ari consistent that comes every day that you know buri munsi mfite umushahara wanjye ngugabanya gutya na gutya. Araza iyo wabonye show boom 1 mil 2 mil, then you might go for another 2 weeks without a show, and then amafaranga aje with the studio with tiki, you know.
Ani ntabwo ari ikintu nyine cyo mu Rwanda gusa.
Worldwide,
like you hear of celebrities who become broke.
Yeah.
These are like I think.
Kandi ngo yarigeze gukora show ya miliyoni nizi too.
So you wonder what you know what happens, what goes wrong.
So your advice,
outside of that, outside of music, I think generally it's not very many times where people are thinking about. Well, people are generally not forward thinking. I'm having to learn that now and think about it and be like
10 steps ahead.
I need to. I have an uncle man who he told me you need to at least start envisioning, thinking about yourself. Like it's really cliche, but like if people ask you like why are you seeing yourself 10 years from now, to know what like, and it's very challenging. And I hope people are thinking about it. I think.
Tekereza nyine ngo right now. Tekereza ino action ngiye gukora no mafaranga fashe ibihumbi ijana like mu mezi 5 cyangwa mu myaka 2. How can this help me? Or, you know.
Yeah, and I think like the most important thing, at least the best thing, is to at least have that, to be thinking about it. No good what to do, but you need to at least be worried. Say, yo, 10 years, what if? Even in life in general, I think generally people need like opening up a savings account. It's even converted, but you know, you don't realize how important that stuff is. Like something that is creating, like, you know, like in cases where you don't have, where you might not have like
your job,
or like in cases where you might not know what to invest that money in, at least putting
money on the side for many days. You never know. I call you right now. If you're 18 plus, udafite a bank account nichi. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You should be surprised. I don't know. You know, this is common knowledge.
Yeah, more America, you gotta no 16 or 12 or even 10, you know, because it's the way, you know, it works. I window right now, it might be, you know.
And now parents are saving.
I don't know, no 40, 35. I got the bank account. You know, I want to survive right now, like, you know.
Well, the lesson there that I want to say is think about it.
yeah. But that's a good way.
It's something that I've been thinking about. I've not even, you know, I've not been practicing this. But
just put it out there, man. Yo, man, come on, man. Listen to the genius, man. He's putting out some.
Not a genius. But I think I was still telling you about how Sema came to be. So, like in 2020, I reconnected Manzi. I remember between 2017 and 2020, I was not making music. I was, you know, just
working
in economics. And then when I reconnected Manzi, he's also had been taking a break. He gets back to. He had just gotten back to music and atangira kuzajya nyohereza nazarimo ku amazimensi nyine the project amazimensi akora re-recording and I was like, man, like you could also tell Kona evolve some evolution. I think he started sending me beats because it was like, I remember you had started, you were doing music, you also need to get back.
Come on, man.
Around this time, you know, been consuming a lot of the Rwandan hip hop, the new generation that is now coming in. I wish I really Beatray and the whole Kenya trap movement. I have no idea what that. That was a very important period. Now, when you type a bit about any game working out, I've been doing stuff. So
then that kind of like was like, oh, you know.
So I've been listening to it and I was like, man, this is more interesting than trying to rap in English.
Yeah.
So I've been rapping in English before that.
Yeah.
So the new music in Rwanda, I think the first it was like a beat I got off YouTube. I went to Kina Beat.
Shout out to Kina Beat.
Prime, a friend of mine. He also Prime.
Cool kid.
Yeah, legend as well. And he connected us. And in the Indian recordings, it's called Ignis. Could use Spotify here now. Sema
Man, welcome back to Muga commercial break. Sema Sole hano abafite calls menshi ari kumuhamagara ari kumubwira business iki afite phone nk'eshatu hariya naje babona phone ninga zingahe, you know, ariko we're open for business anytime any day. Umva musango bimeze gutesa handi mu buzima busanzwe twari tumaze kugera nyine ahantu Sema Sole yavutse akaza na recording Muge kwa Kina Beat na Prime and
Prime.
Yeah.
Yes, so Prime niyo muje na Kina Beat to recording indirimbo ya mbere na Sema Sole. Cyogiye nahise mbwira n'umuhungu Prime agwaho. And iyo niyo yari song
ya Kinyarwanda.
Ni bwo bwa mbere nari nanditse verse mu Kinyarwanda.
Aho wahise uvuga atari ko
this can work. Biraryoshye kwanza. Ubwo birangira ubuze ni challenge yo kuvuga ni reka nkore noneho song yose atari verse mu Kinyarwanda. Ubwo nakoze indirimbo bita Kama. Ari nayo ndirimbo nyine yabaye biggest. Yeah. And nyuma uvuze ni uvuze song mu Kinyarwanda yose. Noneho nkore EP. And I did my EP ya mbere yanjye yitwa Sema Sole yitwa Bururu. Yeah, in the eshanu including Kama niyo yari lead single. So nuko
that ubona ni sawa,
mbona
abantu bari reacting barakora
no kurusha uko byari
bimeze mbere
as DK47 and urumva nicyo gihe nari ndimo kwa kunini nuba gerageza ibintu
nibihe bikorohera kwandika mu Cyongereza cyangwa mu Kinyarwanda.
So right now no kwandika mu Kinyarwanda ko ari byo
umaze
gukora exclusive. Ariko Icyongereza nicyo ndi more fluent mu Cyongereza. Cyongereza nicyo kinyorohera
kwandika
kwandika. Okay, so ubu ngiye nandike verse kwandika verse mu Kinyarwanda vuba kurusha na
go freestyling.
Ntabwo ngenje na freestyling. I don't freestyle.
Wait, uzingewe no impamvu.
We're freestyling.
Yeah,
that's a different skill set that I don't have.
Anabyo ariko bisaba practice.
Yeah, I had.
Mushyiramo ibi beat ukavuga ibintu biri kuba nyine run n'iki.
Yeah, rwose. I think kubera ukuntu n'ubusanzwe ndi umuntu nyine witondera everything.
Ntabwo wumva ushaka ngo uvuge ibintu bitajyanye wita noneho bitekereza avuga usanga urahagaze hagati ya freestyle. Njyewe ariko nk'iyo ndi kwandika nshobora kwandika mu Kinyarwanda gusa nandika nk'iyo ndi freestyling nisanga noneho ndi gushyiramo Icyongereza cyinshi kubera ko wenda dukoresha EP
ya mbere nyine y'Ikinyarwanda.
y'Ikinyarwanda
yose. Ubwo ngubwo I've been doing this
mu kinyarwanda wandika mu kinyarwanda
uretse gusohora n'indi EP ntabwo nahita EP mu ma project na album ntabwo nabihaye title
kubera iki utarabiha title
hari ukuntu iyo wise project iyo wise EP cyangwa mixtape it's not that serious
abantu babijudging ukundi kuntu
wayita album it's too so I wanted to remove that bias relating and nayo kwimeze tu
yeah man, I appreciate you big time, you know, kuba waje hano.
Thank you for having me.
Ibya hatari, you know, to podcast yacu yitwa Feed Your Focus, you know, Feed Your Focus podcast. Kugira ngo noneho turi kurapinga abo turangiza kugira ngo tukureke twagusanze uri ahantu mu kazi uri nawe ikiri gukora urumva.
Thank you.
How do you feel? Yeah. How do you feed your focus mbere yuko turapinga?
It's an everyday
kazi kawe 9 to 5.
It's an everyday thing. You want to see, you know, just reminding yourself it's your hour
day by day.
It's not always consistent. Maybe you have to, but you know, ultimately, remind yourself every day.
Yeah, that's the key, man. You gotta stay day by day. Day by day, buri munsi ku wundi, improve. Kuvuga that you want to improve 1%, 1% each day, 1% each day. Urumva kandi
day at a time.
Umva niyo mpamvu nanjye kukubwira man, I appreciate you for pulling up, appreciate you for stopping by Feed Your Focus podcast kandi umaze kubita Stop your distractions
and
feed your focus. Mu kinyarwanda nigaburira intumbero yawe, feed your focus. Turi kurangiza shonjesha ibigushuka shonjesha ibikurangaza byicisha inzara all the way to the max. Nigaburira intumbero yawe.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Feed Your Focus podcast. We here, Sema. Go check it out. One of the hottest MCs. We out. Bam, 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 bam.